'Cause I thought that the politicians were bad. And then I just realized that the people don't really want much. So 63 people can't lead 2.7 million people astray. It's impossible.
Yes, my people. Yes, my people. Blessing. Mr. Damion Crawford is lashing out, my people. He's speaking. And I honestly agree 100% with what he's saying. You can give your views and your opinion. Jamaican people need to learn why they vote and what they are voting for, and stop allow these people to come around with a little $5,000 and a little belly food, and that's it. We should know your purpose, man, for your country future development when you go to the polling station to mark your X. Listen to what he has to say. Listen to what he has to say.
Was there anything that when you're reaching, you said, Bomba, this did I go on like?
Yeah. 'Cause I thought that the politicians were bad. And then I just realized that the people don't really want much. So 63 people can't lead 2.7 million people astray. It's impossible. Unless 2.7 million people willing to go astray. So when you go in here and say, yo, how them not educate people? How them not do this? Them man are wicked. And then a man demonstrate and say, we don't want an education. You're like, what? Because that happened to me.
Yes, I remember it was you. Because I remember that. I think it was down by the east.
Yeah, in Bullbay.
Yeah, and you're saying that them want food. And
them say education can't. Them say education can't. They had a demonstration. And that proved to me because they thought they were correct. They never hide. Them do an interview. Like, yeah, give me the mic, I'm telling you. Pick the don't vote. And education can't. And I'm there. Remember, me a minister of entertainment and tourism. I take my Saturdays and Sundays. I teach them for 8 hours. When I could have gone to a hotel and get either a free or a discount, because me in the space. So I could have live life, I take my time and I carry them go you. I carry 400 of them go live at you for 3 weeks, So just show them you and teach them maths and hire teacher. So I say, yo, I can't lose now, I have to win. Because I take all of them pick me and I teach them. You understand? With a thing called 3-2-1 that says in 5 years if you have 3 CXC in every house, and then 10 years after 2 A levels, and then the 20th year if you have 1 degree per household. So suddenly we are go through and we are doing thing. And then I was watching TV and I say them a demonstrate. So as a politician now you have to say, oh, wow. If they demonstrate against education, should I continue to fight with that or give them something else? And a man looking on and say, yo, they mean I eat that, Because enough people say that. People come and go Poland again and say, yo, go to some goat and make them start a business and understand what ownership means. And man must say, goat man, whatever. And next you to look on and say, okay, give you $5,000. You breathe. So when we go in, Mr. say, one, sensible people don't vote in the main. And then those who are voting, a high percent of them want something for it. Something very minimal too. $5,000 chicken excitement out of it. So because the people who really are look on country development are not the majority of the voters. You have some country development in the voters too, but that might be 40%. You pre. Remember, almost 38% of Jamaicans are voting, participating. It is sexy not to participate.
Yeah, so dismisses the claim that teachers are not performing. Listens to his explanation.
Across the board or specific to incentives? Across the board or specific to performance? Well, because we know some of the teachers aren't performing, yeah?
I don't think you understand exactly what performance means. I figure you have not been in this.
Why don't you tell our listeners?
Okay, well, performance in this case is suggesting productivity, that the teacher is productive. Productivity is a comparison of input and output. There are some schools that the input is so low that the output that we're requiring is unreasonable. For example, there are schools that have students that are not literate at the point of entering secondary schools. You can't want a similar output as to a school like Kingston College or Campion, because those inputs are greater. Equally, there are schools that have much more resources due to alumni than schools that don't have similar alumni. So you can't want the same outcome from a teacher as it relates to Tarrant as versus Wolmer's girls school because that availability and accessibility. There's some schools with higher classroom sizes. There's some schools where the kids have no book, no geometry set, and no calculator. You can't judge that math teacher in the same way as a teacher that has all books.
Right. No, and we understand that. And I'm asking you, how would you apply these incentives that you're offering?
A statement that is unfair to be made, that we know that some are not performing, and that is based on nothing other than their passes and the CXE level. That can be based on nothing else because no other analysis has been made, and that is an unreasonable strategy and methodology.
And I'm saying to you now, how will you apply these incentives? Is it across the board? How are you planning to implement
we have
them?
been clear how we'd apply them. If you stay for 5 years, suggesting therefore that...
So it's solely based on tenure?
Again, if you're going to invite me to speak, you can't speak for me. You have to allow me to speak.
Well, I have to ask the questions, Mr. Crawford.
And you did ask the question for which I'm trying to reply.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm saying that if you stay for 5, 10, and 15 years, then there must be some agreement among your employers that you have done sufficient to remain. So therefore, there is a quality conversation in a person that have longevity in a space, in a position. So by extension, that quality conversation comes not in a direct measure of quote-unquote performance, because performance is difficult to measure based on the negatives of our school reality. However, if you spend a period of time, which will give you experience, knowledge, and better understanding, you should be able to better contribute and better perform. And by extension, what I propose was for that longevity of those that we want to keep and that we by extension want to stay.
So there you have it, my people. I believe this reasoning was a reasonable reasoning for one to look into. Just remember to continue to subscribe to this channel, like and share it, give your comments. See you next time.